Mazejo, watu wangu wa Lamu, thank you so much for coming to Padai Club 126 Lamu. Hii ndio imeenda hivyo manzi.
But this guy I think nimekujua over 10 years bro. Kifanya comedy.
I think I was in class form 1.
Form 1 first. Huyu nilikuwa namwambia aende shule.
Umetoka show na Shalkido. Thika Road TVS imefika pita. Hadi ndio kweli ya wiki.
A gifted motorbike, a second chance, and then death. In a cruel twist of fate, musician Shalkido, real name Kevin Buru Kinyanjui, has died from injuries sustained in a grisly crash on Thika Road. The artist, who just days earlier had received a motorbike from comedian Omondi, was declared brain dead at the Kenyan University Teaching and Referral Hospital. This isn't just another accident. It is a story that exposes the dark underbelly of Kenya's entertainment industry, fame, and forgotten humanity.
I know we've lost Shalkido, and I'd instructed Omosh to confirm from the dad, and I told him to tell me after the show. I didn't want him to tell me after the show we're doing in Neville. And somehow when I just went online, when Neville was still here, I saw the video and I was like, okay. And I knew it was going to disorient a couple of things. This being a happy space, okay? So it's gonna be very tough because we've lost him, but life goes on.
According to reports, the crash occurred in the early hours of Sunday, October 5th, between Githurai and Roysambu, just before Roysambu. Shalkido had just performed in Thika and was heading back towards Nairobi with companions when tragedy struck. First responders found him severely injured by the roadside and conscious with visible head trauma. He was rushed to Kenyan University Teaching and Referral Hospital, where doctors fought to save his life. Comedian Oga Obinna, one of the first to share updates, revealed that Shalkido had suffered massive internal bleeding in the brain. Neurosurgeons described the condition as inoperable due to the extent of swelling and hemorrhaging. Obinna's voice trembled as he said, quote, "He has internal bleeding in the brain in a lot of places, and so it is also swollen, meaning that it is inoperable," end of quote.
Akatuambia kuna doc mwenye alimreceive, wacha niwapeleke kwake, anaitwa Dr. Lilian. Tukarudi tena ndani. This is like about an hour of kuzungushwa around. So tukapata Dr. Lilian na kuna procedure, tukakapo kwa reception, tukangoja kitu 15 minutes akamaliza, tukaenda kwake. Dr. Lilian, thank you. You're a very kind person, you're a very nice person. Dr. Lilian ametuexplainia vizuri. Shalkido alifika, hivi na hivi kafanyika. Mpaka kauliza who's the next of kin, tukamwambia ni dad yuko hapa. Akamwambia dad songa karibu. Kamuuliza which language do you understand? Akaanza kumexplainia vizuri na Kiswahili na English. Mpaka akatuita tukiingia huko ndani, akafungua mpaka simu yake kutuonyesha what is happening. So the quick update is this, according to Dr. Lilian. Shalkido aliingia, alipata accident asubuhi. Akona internal bleeding kwa brain. The brain is bleeding. Wamesema is a lot of places, ndio. So brain pia imefura. So is inoperable. They can't do anything about it. Then mguu yake ya left imevunjika hapa ndani. So hiyo mguu kuna wenye walivuta wakairudisha, lakini pia wataishughulikia, lakini the main thing kwanza ni the brain ipoe, because ina bleed na imefura, they can't do anything about it. So they started him on medication. But kumbuka huko juu tukiona kina Dr. Zipora wakatuambia hawajafanya anything because wanangoja neurosurgeon akuja waambie. So Dr. Lina ametuambia walishampatia nini, alafu pia wakampatia hiyo nini ya kulala ndio atulie kwanza, wanangoja wataenda kubalance pole pole.
Despite urgent efforts by medical staff, the damage was irreversible. Doctors later declared Shalkido brain dead, a condition defined as the complete and irreversible loss of all brain function. To put that into perspective, unlike a coma, brain dead means there is no chance of recovery. Machines may keep the body alive, but the person is medically and legally gone. Obinna's detailed account also described how Shalkido's left leg was shattered, but it was the brain injury that sealed his fate. He was last seen near Kenyan University, reportedly waving goodbye before bearing off his route. Almost poetic image of a man whose life had been a long detour of a promise and pain.
Mayen.
Sawa, wewe fika mtaani. Ongea baadaye. Sawa.
Thank you so much. But mimi ni Kadere.
Of course. Umetupeleka. Na uatanishi.
Not long ago, Shalkido was a star, a founding member of Silas Gang, the Gengetone sensation that shook Kenya's music scene with hits like, quote, Wamlambez. He embodied the energy of a generation, bold, rebellious, and unapologetically street. But when management disputes, disbandment, and waning airplay hit, so did the silence. The fame faded, the money vanished, and so did the friends. Shalkido transitioned into Mugidi performances, trying to rebuild, but behind the smile was a man battling depression, financial strain, and public indifference. Then came a spark of hope. Eric Omondi, through his Sisi initiative, handed Shalkido a motorbike, meant to help him earn a living and regain independence. It was a moment of redemption, captured in viral clips that felt almost cinematic. Yet days later, that same motorbike would be at the center of his fatal crash. A cruel irony that left even his supporters speechless. How could a symbol of hope turn into the vehicle of death?
Shukran sana mzee.
Uko fiti?
Shukran sana.
Wewe kitu bwana. Kitu bwana. Kitu bwana. Sawa. Ni aje wasee mazee, niko na boy wangu hapa, wasalamie mazee.
Manzee, guys, manzee Shalkido hapa. Ama Shalkido Silas ama mtu mwingine. Mtoto wa Shoshi.
Yes. Tuko hapa na Shalkido mazee. Aliomba pikipiki na watu wa Sisi kwa Sisi walichanga pesa kule Kitengela. Tukasema hii pesa ya Kitengela tusaidie nao wa Kenya. So team Sisi kwa Sisi ndio wamekubaia pikipiki mazee. Unawaambia nini?
Mimi naambia thank you so much manzee. Yenye God amekam through pia Maisha akakam through. Mimi nashukuru sana kama Sisi. Lazima niwatolee ngoma yenu.
Watolea ngoma moja ya Sisi kwa Sisi. Si ndio?
Manzee.
God akubless sana mazee. So mazee, tuko hapa tumemwekea insurance. Jina inasema nani hapa, kuja uone bro. Paul Koigi Mungai. Na pia hapa tumekubaia hapa inasema wapi jina yako, Paul Koigi Mungai. Ndio insurance yako, ndio hii logbook yako. Uko na logbook, uko na insurance, na ndio hii receipt yako.
Thank you so much.
Weeks before his death, Shalkido had sat down with Oga Obinna for an interview that now feels haunting in retrospect. He spoke candidly about his struggles, saying he had gone through deep depression, even hinting at a kind of spiritual exhaustion. He said, quote, I accepted my fate and was ready to go for good. End of quote. It wasn't drama, it was despair. Yet like most cries for help from struggling artists, it slipped past and unnoticed until tragedy forced everyone to pay attention. After the news broke, Bahati posted a screenshot of a direct message from Shalkido, a plea for collaboration. He claimed they had planned a studio session for the following week. But there was one problem. Bahati had never replied. To fans, that silence spoke volumes. It wasn't just about Bahati. It was about Kenya's entire entertainment culture, where validation comes too late and sympathy becomes a performance. The backlash was swift. People accused Bahati of performative mourning, of using Shalkido's death to cleanse the guilt of neglect. Online, the anger was palpable. Hypocrisy Awatu trended for hours. People called out the very industry that celebrated Shalkido famously but ignored him when he begged for help. This tragedy, many argued, mirrors a larger Kenyan pattern where artists like Colonel Mustafa or Simple Boy are ridiculed during hardship only to be canonized after suffering. The story of Shalkido became not just personal loss but a societal reckoning.
Personally, I've known Shalkido for not a very long time, and we tried to build a few things together, and whatever has happened has happened. We were there yesterday and we hoped today was going to be different, and we were told different, and then later he was brain dead, and then later now we've seen the video that the dad has done with someone over there and some gentleman, and I understand Omosh called the dad and he confirmed as well.
And beyond the fame, the story raised another crucial concern: road safety. Thika Road, one of Kenya's busiest highways, has claimed countless lives due to reckless driving, poor visibility, and neglected enforcement. Shalkido's crash is a grim reminder of a national crisis that continues to be normalized. As investigations continue into the cause of the crash, Kenya mourns yet another young talent lost too soon. But maybe the real tragedy isn't that Shalkido died on Thika Road, it is that he was already dying in silence long before that night. His story is not just about a fatal accident, it is about a system of fame without support, of empathy that comes posthumously, and of dreams crushed between the lanes of neglect and noise. Shalkido's final wave near Kenyatta University might have just been that, a quiet goodbye to a world that looked away too soon. For Maisha TV, I'm William Juma.